Ikaw na.
This is RMP, an ethical perspective on the F for infrastructure and at here. And my name is Nur Fatini Alamin Tisani, 2742.
My name is Nur Hazika binti Abdul Halik, 263335.
My name is Nor Hanisa, metric number 256603.
My name is Razana Nadia Roslan. The metric number is 262767.
Integrity means the quality of being honest and having strong moral principles that you refuse to change, and accountability is whether an entity or department has implications about their results or act. For an entity and for a community, responsibility is important. Is it related between integrity and accountability? Of course, it was related because as a public official, it is their responsibility to adapt and apply both of the attitude as long as they work with the government. However, almost every year the cases or issue among public officials is increasing. For example, almost 607 police officials have been discharged from the police department, while 240 have been suspended for crimes such as incompetence and brutality. The most shocking, a total of 38 senior officials were being prosecuted for drug-related crimes and so on. This is showing that the problems among RNP was really serious.
Okay, next, I want to talk about the background of the Royal Malaysia Police. The reach of policing has changed in the age of globalization, and the Royal Malaysia Police needs a paradigm shift to address current and future challenges. Although RMC is near 204 years old this year, this organization needs to be reinvented and rebranded to remain consistently relevant. The level of expertise, ability, and personal qualities is concerned with generic competency. It consists of two divisions here, namely core competence and professional competence. Based on the CLA, the competency of the police force is assessed. The CLA is one of the approaches used to assess the police force annual pay increase and career development. There are two stages of competency evaluation. 1 and 2 are for the appointment grade and 3 are for the advancement grade and beyond. The execution of CLA in RMP follows many processes, such as analysis and cost, similar to other service schemes. The CLA-1, CLA-2, CLA-3. Lower category officers from constable to chief inspector are required to sit in the form of review for level 2 and 3 competency assessment level. If they enter CLA-4 and above, the course is open.
I will explain about the impacts on society. The integrity of CBPA system in enhancing employees' performance has been compromised. The NRS implementation has been terminated due to its poor implemented performance management and appraisal for grants before being replaced by NRS. The impact of this issue is it affects employee motivation on both emotional and spiritual levels because they don't take things lightly with their peers who contribute the same efforts and commitment getting a better reward than them. Secondly, Malaysian government has exhausted all the efforts in countering corruption and power abuse among RMP. The abuse of entrusted power for private gain by a public officer through extortion, soliciting, or offering bribes is considered as corruption. The impact of this issue on society is it hinders economic development because it leads to the misallocation of military expenditures since it diverts talent away from productive activities. Thirdly, corruption has been a phenomenon that is contrary to the concept of a democratic society. A lot of cases that cause corruption among the police officer or RMP basically stems from the monopoly of power, such as the overuse of power and authority over others. The impact of this issue on society is it increases the crime statistic if it is not properly handled or the right precautions are taken, because the wrongdoers will take the easy way out to escape their crimes. Fourthly, police corruption is becoming a pandemic too. For example, when the COVID-19 pandemic began, Malaysia imposed curfews, roadblocks, and mandatory quarantines to slow the spread of the virus. Police officers are demanding bribes from people who pass roadblocks, stay out past curfew, and want to leave quarantine centers. The impact of this issue on society is it undermines the confidence of the public in the police and destroy respect for the law, because the global pattern of police abuse undercuts departmental discipline and harms police morale.
Okay, next up, recommendation. So there are so many ways to overcome integrity issue among Royal Malaysian Police RMP. So the first recommendation was the selection of trainers in ethic training for public officials. So the importance of learning and development in the workplace among RMP should be focused on the selection of trainers. This because the way those trainers deliver the concise message in upcoming corruptions and bribery plays a significant role in countering the issue. So they should be clarified about the protection order that can secure them from reprisal. So as end up, they prefer to ignore corporate wrongdoing because they fear that the risk may outweigh the benefit. So the second recommendation is appropriate sanction mechanism must be technically conducted when handling anti-corruption program. So in here we can say that this is literally true, though integrity among public officials in Malaysia come from poor ethical communication, like lack of internal control, but the limited number of human resources cannot be used as an excuse. So, taking an appropriate disciplinary action for the sake of silencing social sanctions is not the best option. So, the next recommendation is balancing power. So, what can be reducing the police official to taking brain bribe by balancing the power? So, in this situation, are engaged with misuse of power, and they use the power, misuse the power given by them to obtain money, and simply use as the alternative to gain money from the public as well. So the best solution is to decentralize the administration would be the best solution to stabilize the power as well as it will measure up by the overhead cost. So the last recommendation is upgrading salary. So what we can suggest is might be increasing the or tightening the power of government officials, and it will be an alternative to get based on their salaries.
In conclusion, we can see that a lot of mistakes cause corruption among the police officials or RNP essentially because assistance from the monopoly of power arise from the misuse of power and the power of others. In addition to this monopoly power, this could give big impact on society. So there's a lot of ways to overcome this issue. Firstly, government should focus on training and development in the workplace among RMP. This is because the way those trainings deliver the good message overcome corruption. Next is appropriate sanction mechanisms must be ethically conducted handling anti-corruption programs. We believe that determination and support of the government in the form of a zero tolerance policy against corruption, we are on the right path to a state of free, equal and trustworthy law enforcement agency for the people. Thank you very much.
Okey, bagi pandangan saya tentang video ni, kebanyakan polis di Raja Malaysia yang banyak mengambil rasuah, terutama sekali pandemik COVID-19 ni. Pandemik COVID-19 ni memberi impak yang besar kepada masyarakat dan juga rakyat. Jadi polis-polis memberi rasuah, maksud memberi memberi rasuah di sini dengan melepaskan Roblox. Contohnya seseorang itu memberi dengan suapan, contohnya seperti duit, dan polis tersebut melepaskan Sekatan Jaya dan memberi laluan kepada mereka yang ingin melepasi negeri. Bagi saya faham beberapa isi penting dalam perbentangan yang dibentangkan oleh kumpulan 9. Yang lain macam mana?
Bagi saya tertarik dengan recommendation yang dia orang bagi tadi. Kalau kita tengok situ, recommendation tu memang bagus lah kalau bahagian yang memberikan ganjaran. Maknanya kerajaan memberikan ganjaran lebih tinggi lah kepada Polis Diraja Malaysia. Kalau kita ikutkan isu pandemik sekarang memang ramai orang terjejas kan. Jadi bila isu ganjaran tu dinaikkan ataupun dinaikkan pangkat ke benda tu, boleh orang cakap bagi reward lah kepada Polis Diraja Malaysia ni untuk bekerja dengan lebih integriti orang cakap. Saya rasa macam tu lagi bagus.
Ika, macam mana?
Pada pendapat saya, rasuah sekarang ni kan semakin menjadi isu yang terkenal dalam bidang awam, yang seperti kita tahu rasuah ini boleh memberi impak yang besar kepada negara dan masyarakat. Seperti yang kita tengok tadi, Polis Diraja Malaysia memainkan peranan yang besar untuk mengawal rasuah dalam negara kita. Seperti yang disyorkan dalam recommendation yang mereka bentangkan tadi. Iaitu seperti yang saudara Natasha kita tadi bincangkan pasal gaji, itu pun salah satu cara yang berkesan untuk membuatkan penjawat awam untuk mengelakkan diri daripada mengamalkan amalan rasuah. Zoom macam mana pula?
Mungkin itu lain situ. Jadi komen-komen untuk perbentangan ni saya rasa suara yang dilontarkan jelas dan mudah untuk dipahami, dan penazamkan untuk video ni juga memberi orang kata memberi maklumat secara Macam mana pendapat Zul tentang video yang dibentangkan sebentar tadi? Dengar Zul.
Okey, bagi pendapat saya, video yang dibentangkan ni, video yang dibentangkan oleh kumpulan 9 ni menepati semua yang diperlukan. Kita boleh nampak daripada segi impact, solution nak selesaikan masalah, contohnya masalah yang berlaku pada masa sekarang, contohnya COVID-19, kita boleh selesaikan masalah ni menggunakan cara-cara yang dinyatakan oleh kumpulan ini, menggunakan teknologi yang moden lah. Itu bagi pendapat saya.
Nampaknya kira banyaklah informatif dan orang cakap menepatilah setiap rubrik. Ikut rubrik yang telah diberikan.
Isi kebenaran juga merupakan macam-macam hasil coronavirus macam-macam itu. Jadi sangat memberi maklumat kepada kami semua.
Sebab berkait dengan isu semasa.
Ya, betul.
Perkara yang dibentangkan tadi pun memberi pendedahan kepada masyarakat terus berhati-hati dan berjaga-jaga.
Betul.
Jadi saya rasa kami rasa itu saja daripada kami. Terima kasih.
Terima kasih.